The Lucy Craft Laney Museum of Black History, in partnership with the Augusta Convention and Visitors Bureau, is pleased to present the past, present, and future of the civil rights movement in Augusta, Georgia.
Oh yes, I was present when Martin Luther King came to Augusta. As a matter of fact, I was at Tabernacle Church when he came in. I was only a young teenager. However, they let me in, and I had to give up my seat for some older people. I had to stand against the wall. But he was here for voting rights, because at that time, voter registration was going real slow in Augusta, and we had to try to do some things at that point in order to try to get the blacks to vote. At first it didn't make a change, because at that time the people that were in authority did everything they could in order to try to keep the blacks from voting. However, over time it did impact it. When Dr. King came, it looked like it just sparked us, and because all the ministers started having mass meetings and bringing us to fore and bringing those things forward to us, letting us know that, hey, you haven't arrived. Just because Augusta was considered a city that blacks could survive, because we had our own physicians, we had our own dentists, we had our own bank at one time, the Penny Savings Bank. And then after the Penny Savings Bank went out, Georgia Railroad Bank opened up a bank in our community. So we didn't have to go into the white community. We didn't realize that at that point, being young teenagers, that we were, hey, no white faces are here. There was a big change in the reaction of others, of the black community at that time, because at that time we decided we had to do some things in order to make a change. We had to do whatever we had to do in order to get, be able to sit at the front of the front lunch counters, be able to sit on the front of the bus. Why can't we go to the same schools? I mean, you know, we could live across the street from Richmond Academy, but we had to be bused over to Laney. You know, those questions arose in our minds, knowing that we had to do some things, and so we took action. It made us think. It gave us some insight on what we needed to do. Why can't we go to Central Avenue? Why can't we go on Walton Way? Those things, the only times we had to go there, then those neighborhoods were when the maids were working in the houses up there. That's the only times we need to go in that community, because we had everything we wanted. When Dr. King came there, you know, it woke us up, but there really wasn't any change. You know, we still had to go to the colored restroom. We still had to drink out of the colored water fountain. You know, so he had came in and he made certain remarks as to spur us on, but there was really no change. They didn't listen to us. You know, so at that point, with the mass meetings and all of that the ministers were having, just brought us to a boiling point at that point. I wasn't in Augusta when they had the race riot, but that was back in '70, and I was in Vietnam. However, when they had the race riot, I called home and I heard more gunfire here in Augusta than I heard in Vietnam.
For more information about our Black heritage and to see our interactive map on Black history locations in Augusta, Georgia, visit our website, LucyCraftLaneyMuseum.com.